Welcome to the Sangani Show, where we will talk about everything health, wealth, and wisdom. I came to the US in 1983 from Mumbai, India with $10.45 in my pocket and with a big dream in my heart. Now, I'm a practicing cardiologist, a businessman, an entrepreneur, life mentor, and most importantly, a dad. I have lost some, I won some. But every time I lost or won, I learned even more. And my success has not been easy, but finally I made it. And my next mission is to help you do the same. Learn from my experiences, and that is life is a business.
Hello, and welcome to the Sangani Show. My name is Dr. Bharat Sangani. You already know that. Your favorite doctor and your host. Today we are going to talk about, is networking dead? Do you need printer or did you need printer ink, and why? So you would think, how does this become a show? You know, ladies and gentlemen, I was thinking the same way. But then the world has changed around us over the past 20, 30 years. And tell me, what do we do now in a book? We don't do that anymore. We don't write anything. So we really go about and print whatever we need to print. And for that, you need a printer and you need a cartridge. And to very surprisingly, and I don't want to take the thunder away from our guest today, but I didn't know that when the computer companies, when the printer companies sell you printer, it makes it look really cheap or really less expensive than what it is. But they are making tons and tons of money. And we need to debug that whole system. And that's why this episode today is very, very important. I have a very special guest today called, or his mother called him, Mark Ramsey. So Mark has been a good supporter of us, of our programs, etc. And we have tried to support him and expose him and his businesses to our clients. Mark is a very interesting individual. He has really created a niche in a specific industry. So what he truly does, he manufactures the toner for the printers. And mind you, much better price than you would pay anywhere else. So I'm sure we're going to put his name, number, contact info as the show progresses. But please be ready. If you have any use of printer or any related components, here is the person you need to talk, discuss, and order some stuff to save you money, especially maintaining good quality product. He has about 8 warehouses across the nation, so he can pretty much reach out to you. I don't know that it'd be as fast as Amazon delivery, but pretty close to it. And I'm very proud of what he has done, but I will just hear from him versus me just keep saying more and more stuff about him. So here is our today's guest, Mr. Mark Ramsey.
Doc, thanks for having me. Appreciate being here.
Mark, it's our privilege, and we appreciate you taking the time to come and visit us. I tried to explain your business, but nobody can explain as well as you would, since it's your business. Tell us a little bit about your business and what are other things you do.
Yeah, so we deal directly with the manufacturers and import toner for every kind of printer there is. There's not a printer that is out there that we cannot support. And the fact that we have our warehouses around the country, we're close to Amazon. We may not get there the same day, but we can get there next day. And it probably won't just get thrown on your front doorstep, just saying. But we've got all that going on. We can do the printers where we need to. We offer certain types of printers just because we like the quality ones. But our biggest selling factor is that we can be 40 to 50% less than any big box store. If you're going to Staples and buying a certain toner, we're going to be half that cost. And so we've prided ourselves on really helping schools, helping businesses, big and small, save a lot of money. Because like I said, they make that printer look good until you go to buy that ink. And then that ink and toner can be as much as the printer.
So, what is the secret? How come there is such a huge margin and these companies can get by? So, what do you do special so you are at 40 to 50% lesser price than market?
Yeah, so we simply don't have any retail stores. Everything we do is a warehouse. We simply store it in the warehouses, and we drop ship to them. That's it. So we don't have the overhead that a lot of those companies are going to have. They're all pretty much made in the same factories, just with different labels.
Now, this is a very important point, Mark, you just mentioned. So, can I tell our audience, or can you tell our audience, that just because you are less expensive, the quality of the product is no less than what they're getting from the manufacturer?
Oh, absolutely. We have a 100% guarantee on our product that it will perform the same as that manufacturer brand. And we have a warranty on it that if there's ever an issue, we replace it free of charge, no questions asked. We normally have up to a year warranty on all of our products.
Cool. I mean, this is huge. I know there are a bunch of other companies who sell products, who sell toners, but they are nowhere close to the quality that is maintained by the original manufacturer. So when Mark is telling me that there is no drop in the quality, ladies and gentlemen, this kind of vendors are hard to find. And I'm telling you from my personal experience. Am I correct, Mark, that there are lots of people who do knockoff products?
Oh, yeah. And there's a lot of them that do what's called drill and fill. And they will literally take a toner, they'll drill a hole in it, refill it, plug it, and then sell it as new.
Oh, wow.
And that, the downside is that gives our industry a really bad name, because somewhere that toner is going to blow up. And then they're going to go, oh, I don't want to try that toner ever again. So yeah, there's a lot of them that do, not quality, we'll call it.
Now, Mark is in a business that you and I don't wake up in the morning and say, boom, I'm just going to go into the toner business. So I'm sure there is some story behind it. So Mark, tell us, how did you start the business? How did you end up here with so many warehouses, ability to provide the goods in a day or so? Give us a little bit background on it so we don't keep being just totally amazed. We'll still be amazed with you, but just not totally that you just woke up one day and say, okay, I'm just going to sell toner. So tell us the story, please.
Yeah, so I was doing my own business, importing some women's fashion products, selling it online way before Amazon. I had a website going, all that stuff. And a buddy of mine calls me who had been in the battery business. He was a battery manufacturer, and he wanted to start a new business. And he goes, hey, I want to do a business with you. And I said, what? He goes, let's do toner. And I was like, what's that? I had no idea. And that was 2009 that he did that. And I said, man, let's try it. I knew him. I knew he had taken his battery company at one point from a $2 million company to a $140 million publicly traded company in 12 years. And I was like, I think I would like to do business with him. And so we did. We jumped into it and did toner for about the first 4 or 5 years. He was able, after a non-compete, to get back into the battery business and decided that he wanted to do batteries. I liked the toner, and so I ran with it. And so we split ways, and man, he's still doing his deal, and I took off with all the toner stuff and just have enjoyed what it's afforded me to do, and not just on the financial side, but just time-wise and family-wise and kid-wise, being involved in their lives and all of that. So,
ladies and gentlemen, life is full of surprises, but some wise men said one day, and I still remember that almost in every individual's life, they get 3 opportunities to make a difference in their own lives. Now, whether you recognize or not, that's up to you. But everybody gets an opportunity. And this was Mark's opportunity. And he grabbed it. And look where he is today. So constantly look out for an option that ever comes in your life and study it. The best laid business plans are from the people who have studied it and have always been ready to execute the plan and ready to take the downside and the upside. I have not met a single individual or have not read a single book or a single autobiography where people who have been successful has not experienced failure. Everyone experiences failure, but this is a great example of how opportunity knocks on your door and you grab it. Mark, the topic for today is networking dead? And I'm sure Micah put that for a reason. So explain to us what is networking and what do we need to talk about it?
To me, networking is really going out and building relationships, meeting people, going where they are, and not necessarily to make a sell. The opportunities that are there are really to build a relationship. I had a friend of mine tell me a long time ago that everybody is a salesperson. It's just a matter of what you're selling. And so if you can go in and sell yourself as the guy that people want to be around, that people want to have a relationship with, that they trust, that they know, that they like, they'll want to do business with you. And so when I look at networking, I mean, that's how I found you guys, through Matt, who used to do some work for you guys and at a networking event, and it was like, all right, let's do that. And then, met Micah and met others and different things going on like that. My networking is done, it doesn't matter the size of the group. My best customer, largest customer, came from the smallest networking group I had been a part of. And this lady goes, oh, you need to meet my husband. He buys a lot of toner. Okay. And I'd heard all that. But let me tell you, they buy a lot of toner. So 24 locations nationwide, and they service all sorts of industries throughout the country. So, it's a matter of going and meeting people, at least for me, in networking.
Oh, you're so correct. And ladies and gentlemen, as you know, we have gotten at Encore a company with multi-billion-dollar assets, and depending upon the day, somewhere between 2,000 to 4,000 employees. And I can absolutely vouch what Mark just mentioned. 99% of my meetings are generally has nothing to do with business to start with. It's purely understanding and knowing and having fun and trying to learn from meeting everybody who I get into contact with. I always believe that there is something to learn from people all the time. Everybody has something to offer. And what can I learn from this individual? And just like Mark, some of my just networking events with individuals have turned out to be great business relationships. But I never went in with the sole objective of doing business with them. I only went with them just to know an individual and learn from that individual. I'm sure, Mark, you would share with that philosophy, would you?
Oh, very much so. Every week I'll have a lunch or a coffee with someone just to hear their life story. This past week I got to meet a young lady and had coffee with her. Found out she was a classical trained pianist, vocally, played the flute, did all this, was the drum major at her college. We didn't talk business at all. We talked about life. She wanted to know my story as far as where I came from and my kiddos and things like that. And so you're 100% correct in just the relationships that you get to build with people. So
very true. And the same thing is true about Encore, as I explained, our company, but it's also true for our mentorship program. So if you go to www.bharatsangani.com, you'll be able to see our mentorship program. There is no business involved in it. It's simply to meet aspiring individuals who has accomplished something in their life and want to accomplish more, and just sharing my experiences with them. And that literally is just pure way of networking. So I do it a certain way. It'll be very interesting for our audience as well as for me to learn from you as to how do you build a network? What do you do to get to where you are today?
Yeah. It's interesting. I think I look at everybody I meet as just an opportunity to have a quality relationship with. There's a bracelet that I wear every day, and there's 6 words on that bracelet. And the first three are create authentic relationships. And so every day I desire to create those authentic relationships. Because if you're going to create something, that takes work. You got to go and make that happen. You got to go meet people. You got to go where they are. And you don't just want, I don't want a surface relationship. I want to know about the classical pianist. I want to know all that about their life. I want to know so that when something happens in their life, they call me and they go, man, I'm hurting. I need help. Nothing to do with business, right? And so, you build that just by building those relationships. And then my other three words are leave a legacy. When I die, I'm not worried about riches and all this being left behind. What I want is somebody to look, and I want my kiddos to be able to look and go, he was a man that treated people with respect. He had integrity. He had ethics. He loved God. He served people. Those are the things that I want to be remembered for. And when you go into relationships and networking with people like that, and they're drawn to you like that. They understand that you're not just trying to sell them. Nobody wants to be sold, at all, right? It's like going to buy a car. Nobody loves doing that. So, we want to be able to go in and have a relationship with people.
No, this is truly an eye-opening last few minutes that you shared with us. I never thought of it this way, but what an idea to have a bracelet and inscribe on it the two major principles that you live by. And that itself can become a point of discussion when you are networking. So ladies and gentlemen, if you want toner for a lesser price but the same quality, or if you want to understand anything about networking, here is the person to contact. Mark will be more than glad to support you, help you with any of those two objectives that you may want in your life. And he will share how to create that bracelet with, maybe you want to alter the words in there to what you like. But at least it's a great idea to take your emotions, take what is important to you in your life and inscribe it someplace so it's constantly in front of you and keeps reminding you what you are in this world for. So Mark, before we conclude today's discussion, do you have any other word of wisdom for our audience, please?
I think business will always come because of how you treat people. I firmly believe that that when you go out and you treat people with respect and kindness and love, that and they're going to see that in you, and they're going to pass your name on to people. And so, when you network with people, when you interact with people, even on the freeway, interact with in a way that honors who you are and honors your beliefs, and so that people they're attracted to that, and so that would be my encouragement to the listeners.
No, you're very correct. In short, to put some humor to it, on a freeway, just don't keep honking.
That's right.
Things will be just fine. I promise you, the world
right.
will not come to an end if you are a few minutes late wherever you're going to go. Ladies and gentlemen, let us celebrate what Mark just explained to us. Thank you, Mark, for coming to our show today. And viewers, listeners, please follow us on our social media. All these handles are probably on the screen at this time for you to look at. Go to our website, www.bharatsangani.com, and also visit our mentorship program over there, where you can join our health program, you can join our wealth creation program, or you can create and be part of our wisdom management program of relationships. So again, sign up for the newsletter for the Life is a Business. Hopefully, we'll keep communicating through all these media. And here I am, always waiting to learn. If you have any good ideas, good thoughts, something I need to change to improve myself, please send it over. Otherwise, till the next Sangani Show, have fun and enjoy.